Hello my beautiful creatives, and welcome back to my art studio. If you're new to my channel, my name is Chrissie B and I'm a creativity coach hoping to inspire and empower you to live a more creative life every day. Now this is a continuation from last week's video. This will be the second half of my soul book flip through, and I'm just going to pick up where we left off. This is a visual journaling prompt where I have a few photos blown up and put into my soul book. This photo here represents sisters to me, so I'm going to write something about sisters. I am the oldest of 5 sisters, so sisters mean a lot to me, so that is what that spread is going to be about. This is another one. I don't usually put these prompts back to back, but apparently I did this time. So this one is, to me, representative of my love affair with all things Paris. Now I'm sure this is not in Paris. I don't know where this image is from, but that's what this is going to be about. And it says, I'm in love with cities I've never been to and people I've never met. I've never been to Paris yet. I've never been out of the country except for one time when I was 14 years old. I went to Canada for a weekend and that was it. So this is my ode to Paris. This is a spread that I think you saw me start. Basically, it's just book print and drywall tape. I really like the texture that it puts on the page. I have intention of like finishing arting it, but I just have liked it so much as it is. I don't know if I'm gonna actually touch it or not, or what I'm gonna do to it. So this is kind of one of those pages that as soon as inspiration strikes, I will do something with it. This one is just my business, Beautiful Creatives, and what I kind of hope to see, what I see in the future. Just basically, it's a very basic mind map, not really a mind map because it's just like Beautiful Creatives and then the different things I'd love to do. When I went to Brave Girl Symposium this year, which was in July, it was amazing. And for those of you who've never been before, I would highly recommend going to bravegirlsclub.com and checking that out. But they had women who are certified soul restoration instructors for Brave Girls, and this was one of the people's soul restoration workshop classes and retreat postcards. And so I took 2 of them, one to paste this side and one to flip over and paste this side. I just thought it was so beautiful and so inspirational, and I just love this. This is something I need in my life, so that's why it's in my soul book. Here is another art journaling page that I kind of started. I haven't done much more on it, except the other day I did get like a bee in my bonnet to write what would radical self-care look like, and I thought I would like do some research and like write some ideas down in these little bubbles. But obviously I wrote the prompt and then didn't do anything with it, but that's kind of how I work. So here's another one where I have some journaling prompts ready to go on a page that I did some funky stuff on in the background. This is one of those pages that I really wasn't sure where I was going, and I'm not sure I still like it. I tacked a couple of owl stickers down over here in the corner, which is little stickers that my baby boy nephew Liam had picked up. So yeah, those are perfect. So this is representative Liam, but then when I get time or when I feel like it, I'll come in and do some of the answers to these journaling prompts. Here is another art journaling page where I did some journaling around the circles. You know, you'll notice I love circles, so I have a lot of them in my soul book. Circles to me represent unity, it represents continuity, it represents solidarity, love. I love circles. I really do. So I really love circles, and that's why you'll see them so much in my soul book. The other thing is, when I am art journaling, one of the things that I really try to do is try to like drain my brain of any thoughts, because my mind is constantly racing, especially somebody like me who has anxiety issues. I like to let it completely like empty out, and then there comes a point when you're art journaling that you've let your mind completely empty out, and this motion of making circles for me is so natural, and it's something I don't really have to think about, just kind of comes out. So yeah, there's lots of circles in my soul book. You know that if you've watched my videos, but that's why. Here's a page that I painted all blue. I really love this page. I love the idea of taking a white Signo pen or even a paint pen and writing my journaling in white on this. But at Brave Girl Symposium, they had some like art journaling fodder. They had all these things. So I'm trying to figure out a way to paste these in maybe. Basically it says she sprouted wings, and then like art journal in white around them. But I really like the juxtaposition of this orange and green and red bouncing off of this really deep blue. So I'm not sure, obviously I'm not really sold on just yet because they're not glued down, but that's kind of why they're sitting there, just in case. Here's another page, She Won't Settle for Ordinary. This is a stamp that I did. I might have done this on camera, I can't remember. I actually have no idea what I'm gonna do with this. I really feel like she needs to be colored in, so I'll probably do that. And then this not settling message has been showing up a lot in my soul book. I'm not really sure what to do with it. I think it's my soul trying to tell me not to settle. Maybe I've been settling, I don't know. But I have to think of something to do on this page. This might just be like one of those random journaling pages where I'm out in the world vacationing, or maybe having a quiet spot at a coffee shop or something, and I just write whatever's going on in my day. I don't know, we'll see. Here is another page that I have kind of an idea in my head what I want it to do. I have some Delusion sprays here. I have this little thought, I am leaving the past behind. So that's going to go on there somewhere. This is already glued down. This was actually on the page. This was the first thing I put down. And I actually took this. This is a postcard. And it is Curly Girl Design. I'm sorry, I can't remember her name, but this is a Curly Girl Design postcard. And I really love her work. I love her. She was the one who got me really curious about collaging, and her and Kelly Ray Roberts were the two that really got me interested in stamping my thoughts out. So this was in an old journal that I actually hadn't really done anything with, and it made me sad to see it sitting there, so I cut it out and glued it down here. So this is Any Given Moment Could Change Your Life. I love this postcard so much. And then I added some bright colors. Then this was also one of those things I picked up at Brave Girl Symposium. It's basically just a piece of ribbon, like a fringy ribbon. And I love that it had like bright colors. This spread to me is going to be very much about color. And I really like putting things on the edges of my pages and having them all decorated and kind of sticking out a little bit. So I've decided that this is where this is going to go. Even though it looks like this is such a different contrast, I really like that. And I don't know what I'm going to do with this page, but yeah, it's just kind of a work in progress. And at the moment I've just kind of used that ribbon as a bookmark. And let that kind of hang out there. This page, okay, this is a lot of pictures. This is my ode to Brave Girls. I haven't actually done anything with it yet, meaning the images. I've had this page set like this forever and ever, and then basically it's just some sprays, a roller stamp that I used. This is not my favorite, but because I was stumped, I wasn't sure what to do with it, I put a tip in. I actually took a coloring page out of one of my, stress relieving coloring page books, which I don't really use, but I really like the designs a lot. So I took one of the pages out and I tipped it into my soul book, and then I have every intention of like coloring this all in. And obviously I got started because I had great intention, and then there we are. The back is completely empty. I don't think I'm going to color it in, but from Brave Girl Symposium this year, I got a lot of stuff. So I have one of their little Brave Girl Symposium. It's basically like the welcome that you got in your welcome packet, like what to do, things to do while you're waiting. I'm going to tip that in somewhere on this page. Here's an image of Miss Kathy Wilkins singing. So much fun. Here's the Brave Girl Symposium stage. Here are a lot of the Brave Girl instructors. This is my dream sisterhood right here. That's my dream sisterhood. This is myself and my girlfriend Kendra. We have gone to Brave Girl Symposium together for the past 2 years, and both years we were roomies. We've shared a hotel room together, which has been a lot of fun. So I love it. This picture was from last year, but I love her so much, and I had so much fun with her again this year that she deserves a spot in my soul book. And then there was a really great talk between Melody and her husband Mark. That one, I really love that picture. This is Melody and then my new friend Tanya. Love her, love her. I think we're actually sisters, we just don't know it. And then this was Colleen, I think her name was Colleen Harrison. I think. I'll double check that. But Colleen did a yoga class every morning. This was literally my very first photo, or my very first yoga class I'd ever taken. I've always wanted to try. I'm actually in this image, but I'm not going to point myself out because, yeah, it's weird. But I love this so much. One, because it was Brave Girl Symposium. Two, because Colleen Harrison was awesome. She was just such good juju. And then three, it was because it was my first yoga class. I mean, come on. So I'm going to stick those all in there. I'm going to just use this whole spread like a like I do my Midori travel notebook. It's my idea on how I'm gonna do that is get all of my images put in, including on the back of my tip-in. We'll have an image of some sort. I don't know what it will be. And then I will just journal about my experience at Brave Girl Symposium this year. It was so freaking awesome. I'll have a link down to their website down below, but they will be doing it again, Brave Girl Symposium, again next August 2018. So I highly recommend it. It's something I can't rave enough about. I just love them so much. This next spread was basically, you know, I picked up watercoloring this year. I love watercolor. I've always kind of been anti-watercolor because I'm an acrylic girl and I'm always going to be an acrylic girl, and that's the way I'm going to be. But I picked up watercolor this year and I love it. And I've actually been doing watercolor in like a watercolor book. I have done watercolor in my sketchbook. It just doesn't work quite as well because the paper's not really meant for it. But I have watercolored on my paper in my watercolor book, cut the page out and glued it in here, and that's what this page is. And then this is my idea for like art plus life classes. This whole year has been about like experimenting with what's next. What do I want? How do I go about getting it? And for me right now, besides my spiritual health, like my spiritual connectedness, I'm really into my business. I really want my business to come together and become something. I'm also really into moving to Portland. You cannot move to Portland and not get curious about food, because Portland has some amazing food from all different parts of the world, and you could just, I found food here. I've lived in Salem for most of my adult life, and I've discovered that even though I'm only an hour away from Portland, it's really totally different culture, different food, different culture, different everything. This is actually one of a couple of pages where I've just been putting images of food that looks really yummy to me. I love the idea of healing your body with food and using food as medicine, as really a fuel for yourself. Passion for nutrition, kitchen queens. I'm hoping that this inspires me to get back to like cooking for myself and taking care of myself physically through my nutrition. Just a couple more pages for that. I am vibrant. I love the idea of these kind of like breakfast jars. Cleanse your whole body from the inside out. Love that. And then there was a book that I had purchased. It's a Martha Stewart book, Living the Good Life, the Good Long Life. And I've started making notes here, and that's what this page, I'll just keep continuing on with my notes as I'm reading through that book. This is a page that is really an ode to my husband and myself. I just love that man. I know I had a page for him like in the beginning of my soul book, but I decided I need another one here. And I don't know if I'm just gonna collect pictures and put them in, or I just had a thought as I'm talking to you right now is maybe I can take a couple of some small 3x5 cards with lines on it, cut them up, and like put little stories of things that I've, you know, stories of us. We have lots of stories. We've been together for a long time. We've got lots of great things and crazy things and silly things that have gone on in our lives. So I think this will be a fun way to document those. This one was a journaling prompt. Baby girl, what is your next step? I didn't know. I was stuck. It says, if you're unsure, put your hand on your heart, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and ask your soul. It always knows. Baby girl, what is your next step? So that's something I'm really working on. I put here the Certified Soul Restoration Instructor Program. I really want to do that. I'm not sure when I'm going to do that, but I really want to do that. And then here is some notes from an audiobook that I'm listening to called She Means Business. It's written by Carrie Green. And I'm not sure it's going to go there, but it's kind of been, I've had that stuck in there for quite a few months. So the idea is I'll write down what my next steps are going to be. Here's some more images. I know this is kind of hard to see, but world, these are my girls. Girls, world. This is Bitsy. This is Gracie. Gracie's the black one. Bitsy's the tan one. Bitsy is the spazzy, crazy, zany, oh my gosh, never settles down until she sleeps. She runs around like crazy until she sleeps. And Gracie is like the sweet lover who really will defend herself. She'll stand up for herself because they wrestle like crazy. I mean, they're mix of Pomeranian slash rat terrier. So they're really kind of an interesting mix of really sweet and lovable and intelligent and spazzy and crazy, and you have to exercise them a lot because they just need a lot of time, you know. But this is one of my absolute favorite pictures of them. They were still, I think they'd only been here maybe 2 weeks when this picture was taken. This is I'm sitting on my couch. You can see me there in the mirror. And one of their favorite things to do when they were first young, and Gracie will still do it. Bitsy doesn't do it anymore, but Gracie still does it, is that every once in a while they'll sit at the end of the couch and they'll catch their reflection in the mirror, and they will sit like that forever. And they just stare at the little puppies and mommy in the mirror, and they can't figure out what are they doing there. It's totally awesome. It's like having having toddlers in the house. However, it's like having 2 twin toddlers, and whew, it's a lot of work. It's a lot more work than I remember, but that's what this spread is going to be about, is all about my little girls. Here is another one of those watercolor pages that I started. I'm going to continue to do more on this one. I feel like there should be another layer on here, more detail. So What You Seek is Seeking You, Rumi. That's the only thing I've got in mind for this page. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but that's kind of my process. And here's some more journaling prompts that I haven't quite finished yet. I really love the mix of these different colors. I love this image that I found on Pinterest. I don't know if it really belongs on this page, but I really like it so much I feel like it needs to go into my soul book. It speaks to me for some reason. This one, so I went to a dinner with my aunt. It was my aunt and a bunch of her friends that are lifelong friends. And my aunt gave us these gorgeous gifts. Mine, I have it right next to me, so I'll show you what it was. It's a piece of art that her and her girlfriend had discovered, and it's called, this means integrity. And I just think it's beautiful. I love the green. I just love it. And the fact that it's from her, it makes me so jazzed because she literally is one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. So totally in love with that. To commemorate her in this day, this was the tissue paper from that gift. And I have decided that I'm going to art a page using it. And then I have a few photos from that dinner. I think there were 5 or 6 of us there. And I think I will incorporate those pieces of art into that spread. That's kind of what the idea for this one is going to be. So this spread here, there's a woman, her name is Amy Oaf. That's how you spell it, Amy Oaf. She is a beautiful, beautiful woman I have met at Brave Girl Symposium, and she is, let me just read this to you. This is from her website. Hi, I'm Amy, an intuitive teacher and lover of life. I am a mom of 2, lover of jeans, angel wings, green tea, yoga, and cayenne pepper on just about everything. I love to talk and listen and connect with people. I love intuition, art, and good old school soul work. Now, I met her at Brave Girl Symposium. She was teaching one of the hour-long breakout sessions, and I was very fortunate enough to be one of the people in her room because it was cramped. There were so many people in there that people were standing out in the hallway to listen to what she had to say. And basically her breakout session was about how to clear your energy bubble that you have. Now, I am not an expert on this subject by any means. I'm very new to the whole idea of we are energetic beings, and energy is something that people actually feel. I have always been an energy reader. I didn't know it. I didn't know that's what that was. I've always thought I had what I have always called my hamster bubble, my hamster ball. My hamster ball was always like my sense of personal. I know you can't see because my hands are kind of stretched out around me. My hamster ball has always been like my space where I need to have my energy. And anyways, blah, 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 blah. She basically, not only did she affirm that that was something that really happened in me, she gave me permission in this, through talking to her, she gave me permission to not say, hey, I felt this. Did you feel this too? Like, meaning I don't need somebody else's affirmation to know that what I felt was real for myself. That if I felt it, then it was real. So I wrote kind of my journaling around that whole meeting with her. I took this off her website and put it in there. I also took this off of the internet and put it in here. It's just, I just love her. I fell in love with her, and I said, what a huge blessing wrapped up in one small warrior goddess package, blessed. And then in here I wrote, I don't know how and I don't know when, but I want to work with Amy because I think she is super, super amazing. I'll put information down to her website and whatnot so you can get in touch with her if you are curious. So here's another spread. I don't really have any idea for this. As obvious, that's a theme. I don't really have an idea. I just kind of intuitively just go for it. And then I found this image from Wild Woman. I think it's called Wild Woman. I can't see the whole thing, but it's Wild Woman. And I found it on Pinterest, loved it, printed it, put it out. Here is one of those strange texture pages that I have this awesome idea that I'm going to do a texture page. This is wide masking tape. And I like to cover an entire page in masking tape, and I like to kind of make it wrinkly. I try not to put it down too smooth. Like this was the first piece I put, and I was like, oh, that's way too smooth. I want it crinklier. So I purposefully put lumps and bumps and wrinkles into it. And then I think what I'll do is I'll come back and gesso it so it's paintable and play-onable, and then I'll do an art journaling page over the top of it. Yeah, that's kind of what that one's about. Here is a page that I have no idea what I'm going to do, but this is one of the things from the Brave Girls Symposium, their little scrap. They had at Brave Girls Symposium, they had like craft rooms that you could go play. You could take your craft stuff and play with other women. And so they had a bunch of, they had like a supply room that had like a bunch of papers and like things that you could use. So I just grabbed a couple of different foddery things, and that's one of them. This page is my ode to yoga. I have been wanting to do yoga. I want to try. I want to just, you know, instead of becoming skinny or, you know, fitting into a certain something, I really am focusing on like wanting to be strong. And for me right now, I'm baby stepping my way to that, but this is what this page is about. It's kind of an homage to you can be strong. You don't have to have a particular body type. You just have to be strong. You need to be, like for myself, I'm telling myself I need to be strong. I need to be able to move with my body. I need to be able to connect with my body. And that's what this spread is about. And there's more that needs to happen on it, but it's kind of started. Here's another one of those Brave Girls Symposium things. Don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's kind of sitting there, hanging out as a placeholder. You know, because this is the second half of my soul book, it's really blank because it is August and I still have the rest of the year to create. So that's kind of fair warning. It's pretty blank still. Here's something I found in a magazine. It just says yesness. I love that idea. I read the book My Year of Yes. Was it last year I read it? And it literally was a life-changing book for me because I've always been somebody who said, no, that's okay, I don't really want to. No, that's okay. Or I'll say yes and then at the last minute say, no, I really don't want to. And so I'm really loving the idea of yes. If you're not making someone else's life better, you're living yours wrong. Another Pinterest image. No real idea on that. This was a very loose, sketchy, scribbly face I had done, and I hated it. Hated it, hated it, hated it, hated it. It's so ugly. However, there is value in her, and I've decided, she's in pencil, and I decided I was not going to erase her. I think she's going to stay just like she is for now. And then I wrote note later, much later, after every time I saw this picture I would kind of cringe and think, oh crap, I've got to erase her and start her again. But then I had like this soul message that came to me and I wrote it down. It said, note to self. Not all art has to be pretty art. Sometimes it's just the simple task of doing the process where the joy is found, where the lessons and messages are hiding. So get to playing, to making a mess, and practicing your brave, wild, carefree kindergarten skills. Listen and observe what comes up. Take note, the universe is trying to talk to you. You wonderful, beautiful, creative you. So now she is beautiful and she has purpose, and I need to like ink her up and paint her up and make her gorgeous, make her like a permanent fixture in my soul book, because this message, even now reading it again, speaks to my soul so loud that I feel like I need to take this message and put it onto a canvas and like hang it in my house. So this is a message that I remember. Here is it's basically just a bunch of magazine clippings. I just kind of stick them back here. I wasn't really sure what all of them are for. They're just kind of things I thought, oh, that might be good for my soul book. Maybe there was words, or maybe there was like body, or maybe, you know, I'm all about meditation and yoga and getting centered this year. That's usually, that's pretty new for me, but I didn't want to lose those images, so I just kind of stuck them in. And I have lots and lots and lots of blank pages, so let me see if I could find something I've done. Here's another journaling prompt, an ode to my bedroom. This is not my bedroom, but it looks very similar to my bedroom. My bedroom, I'm a hypersensitive introvert, so I do really well at my house, but if I'm having a bad day, or if I'm really feeling like I need to take time to energize and I have to re-energize quickly, I can do that by hanging out in bed, by reading in bed, watching shows in bed, chatting with Jason, or whatever. My bed is my place where I can re-energize the best, my bedroom. So that's what this is going to be about. This is a visual journaling prompt, and I'll write that there. Here is a messy watercoloring page. Here's an image. It's kind of abstracty. It was one of my first art. We didn't do a class, but it was like my first art get together with my family and friends at my house. So I have that there. If you look, see that right there? That's one of my old soul books. So that was fun. And I just kind of stuck it in here because I want to put it in here somewhere. I just don't know where. Here's some more images. This one is about, I really love the whole bohemian look in a house. And I like the fact that it's very colorful, it's very tactile, it looks very comfortable, it's very inviting. I really love that, and it's very conducive to company and guests. So I have printed a bunch of images that I found online, and I just want to put those in there. And I might add some magazine clippings to it and some word thoughts on how I can go about creating this look in my own life. Here is my Herman. You saw that. This is my inner gremlin video. I really haven't done much more with Herman except I wrote Herman's name. I want to write who Herman is and what he means to me, and write him in white. Write that in white ink. And I think that might be close to it. I have a couple of more inspirational photos. And I have on the very last page is where I store my extra deli paper and paper toweling in case I need it while I'm doing any art journaling on the front of my book. This is another Pinterest image I found. It's from Adventure and You, Vinny, Vini, and Mari. We came, we saw, we loved. Maybe it's a Mavi. I don't know. I have to look. I don't know what that is. But my husband actually found that and really loves it so much he wants to have those words tattooed on himself. But this is the very, very back cover. This is where I'll just fill the whole thing with like inspirational thoughts and things to remember as I'm heading out the door, essentially. As I'm heading out the door of this soul book and getting ready to go into the new soul book. So that'll be my very first image I'll put on this back layout. So I hope that you enjoyed that video. I hope that you got some ideas on things that you can do in your own soul book. If you have any questions, as always, please don't forget to let me know down in the comment section down below, or you can email me at chrissieb@beautifulcreatives.com. I'll be very happy to help you in any way that I can. I do this because I want to serve and I want to bring value to your life, and this process has been a process I've been doing for the last 4 years, and it really truly has been such a healing, dealing, figuring out my own crap process. And it's also been really fun, and it's been something that I've really enjoyed sharing with the people that I come across in my life, my friends, my family, and now thankfully you. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you immensely. I hope that you continue to watch. If you like and haven't done so yet, please feel free to subscribe. I know you know that, it's kind of the YouTube thing, but that way you don't miss any videos that come out in the next few weeks. And I do try to put at least one video out every week. I would like to do more than that, but right now my work life is very... Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you immensely. I just get so much joy out of hearing your comments and about hearing how you are doing your own soul book process. And I just am so jazzed. And honestly, I'm still in awe every time I post a video and have comments come back, I'm just so like, oh my God, there's people out there who find this fun. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Until next week, bye for now.